Yo, 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 welcome to Philosopher's Stones. Tonight we're gonna get back into the Anunnaki shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna start doing episodes on single gods, single deities, single primordial beings of the universe. So tonight we are gonna get into Marduk, one of my favorite gods, you know what I'm saying? So it's a little difficult to tell like a story or bio of one god, because like in the Epic of Gilgamesh, I told the story of Gilgamesh and Enkidu. That's kind of their story, just that epic. Marduk is in a couple stories, specifically the Numa Elish. I think he's in the Atrahasis too. I need to go back over that. We're going to do episodes on the Numa Elish, tablet by tablet, and Atrahasis. And even going to get into the Emerald Tablets of Thoth pretty soon. Going to do one by one. I'm not going to get into what I'm going to do with it, but yeah. So here, there's a mixture of shit taken from Babylonian texts and Sumerian texts. They kind of have differences circumstantially. And the names. There's always the consort, if you will. I like to mix it up and give you more of like a general idea of the story behind the god. If you don't like that, you can eat a dick. Fuck off. I don't care. Alright. So Marduk, he is the mighty god of creation, judgment, magic, water, vegetation, and the patron deity to the city of Babylon. Also, importantly, he is the son of Enki, who is the god of wisdom, and his mother was Damgalnuna. Marduk is also the father to Nabu, who I'm going to cover on a minor deities episode. Marduk is often associated with the planet Jupiter, and the Greeks associated him with Zeus. Gotta love these associations. They like to say consort. His name means bull calf of the sun. It's said he's attributed with 50 other names. I don't have the patience to dive into that. I think it's more of like 50 names throughout time. As eras change and cultural shifts happen and different regions, Marduk is going to have a different name. In the Anunnaki story, he is responsible for attacking Tiamat and creating our asteroid belt with the fragments of Tiamat. He is the chosen Anunnaki god to lead in the great cosmic war. Fuck yeah. Allegedly, his temple was the model for the biblical Tower of Babel, which has a whole interesting as fuck story by itself, which I'm definitely going to cover. We're going to kind of start off trying to understand the family tree and all of this confusing shit because of the name changes and consorts and associations between the Babylonian shit, Sumerian shit, and Akkadian shit. So let's start with Abzu and Tiamat. They are the primordial parents of all these gods and deities, so they're what started it all. That must be God and his wife. They birthed Anu, who is the father of Enki, and Kingu is a younger brother of Anu. Enki is the father of Marduk, and Enlil is the brother of Enki. So that gives you a nice little skeleton of some of the top gods. I guess one day I'm just going to break down the entire family tree, the entire king's list as I see it. But that takes hours and hours and hours of fucking research and reading. And I'm trying to pump this shit out. Okay, so in the Babylonian texts, Tiamat constructed a plan to kill all the other gods. Really on some hater shit. Tiamat's children, aka the Anunnaki, planned to kill Abzu to take his position of power, and because Abzu kind of planned on killing all of them because they were noisy and annoying, which is total bitch shit on Abzu's part. Welcome to fatherhood, you whiny bastard. Look at you now. Enki is supposedly the badass that destroyed Abzu by putting him in a deep sleep and then murdering him, while he's out, which is kind of sneaky. I love Enki, honestly. That's that's one of the more interesting characters in all of this. He made his home Eridu out of Abzu's remains, which is super fucking hard. So Marduk works out a deal with Enki and the other children gods of Tiamat that would make Marduk the head god after hearing about Tiamat's plan to kill all her kids because she was upset about the death of Abzu. Enki knew Marduk was the only one who could defeat the goddess of primeval chaos, Tiamat. Which, this brings us to Kingu, a demon-like god made by Tiamat who would lead Tiamat's little mutiny or whatever. Kingu wore the Tablet of Destinies as an armor breastplate that gave him more power, but that's not shit to the mighty Duke, Marduk. He kills Kingu after chasing him down and catching him in his net because Kingu fled at the sight of Marduk. Marduk mixed his blood with the earth and used that as alchemical clay to mold the first humans. Enki also captured all the other forces Tiamat created to destroy the gods. So after this war, Marduk is called the Lord of the Gods of Heaven and Earth. Marduk organizes humanity and the gods' duties. The gods will take care of the humans and give them what they need, while the humans will respect and heed the will of the gods. So basically doing the resource work on Earth. This story has a lot of Game of Thrones type family fighting shit going on, a lot of backstabbing, a lot of mutiny, a lot of, I want to take control over that guy's power, my brother's power. It's all really the same mythologies and tales that we've heard for millions of years. Yeah, so really I'm just trying to show how badass Marduk was. I came across this thing called the Marduk Prophecy, explaining where Marduk's statue was captured 3 times, once by the Hittites, once by the Assyrians, and another by the Elamites. The statue was finally returned during the reign of Nebuchadnezzar, when he defeated the Elamites. That's Nebuchadnezzar the first, because there's a second. That's pretty important. The prophecy text written is as if Marduk voluntarily went to these places, leaving Babylon unprotected. Marduk's protection was obviously so important to the city that in 485 BCE, the Persian king Xerxes had the statue destroyed when he sacked the city because the Babylonians had revolted against the Persian rule. This Marduk prophecy thing was most likely written as propaganda during the rule of Nebuchadnezzar to show how important Marduk's presence was to the people of Babylon. In the Bible, the Persian king Cyrus talks about being inspired by Marduk or by the command of Marduk. So, like with all the Anunnaki, Sumerian, Babylonian, Akkadian text, there's a lot of missing pieces to tablets of cuneiform. The missing pieces are called lacunas, so if you're ever listening to a translation, you hear lacuna. That's just a missing section. It's really unfortunate certain militaries and powers have destroyed ancient libraries, also just plain old erosion, like sitting in temples for thousands of years. I guess some of the clay tablets break. Fuck erosion, man. Sometimes I hate that these deities or gods have different stories when it comes to Sumerian, Babylonian, Akkadian, the Canaanites, or the Israelites, but I guess that just shows how the myths change over time and region. So when it moves, a new myth or new details come about in the story, or things change. Just like how Jesus is Yahweh, or Joshua, or whatever the fuck his name is. Mel Gibson, that's Jesus' name. I hope you kind of understand where Marduk is and all of this Anunnaki shit, because as I get deeper into the text, Marduk is going to pop up again and again. Thank you for watching. I got like 2 more videos dropping this week. If I can pump them out, if my schedule is clear enough, which it fucking is, because I don't have shit to do. Thank you for watching Philosopher Stoned. We don't need masks, we need flashlight hats. Stay safe, America.